Hi everyone, I'm Liz and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch for Flosstube episode 45. Welcome back to another Sunday Flosstube video. I'm Liz. This is a channel about cross stitch and quilting and whatever other craft I decide to get up to. This week it's just cross stitch and quilting that I have to share with you. And yeah, I have gotten a lot of new subscribers recently. So welcome to everybody who came over maybe from Brenda and Laura, or I don't know, wherever else you're finding me. I don't know how people find me anymore. I can't believe there are still people who cross stitch who still find my video. I don't know. It's wild. Welcome. I hope everybody had a good week. I'm trying to think if I did anything fun and exciting. I don't think so. Work was really hard this week because it was a short week. So, you know, trying to cram 5 days of work into 4 days. That's always a good time. Thankfully, I'm over the kind of like body aches of my cold, but like the cough just won't quit. If you tuned in on Friday night to my Friday night finishing party, apologies that you had to hear me cough and blow my nose. I was so hoping to make it through that video without having. It didn't happen. My body did not participate in my plans. So anyways, I'm feeling fine. I just, you know, the cough is the lingerer. So anyways, other than that, I didn't do anything exciting this week. Well, the past 3 weeks, it's rained every single day. It is usually full on summer by the end of May, and it's just still spring. It's just rainy every single day. It hasn't even gotten into the 90s, which for a lot of Texans they're excited about. Not this Texan. I love the heat. I like the dry heat too. I am so sick of this humidity. Why am I opening my video complaining about weather? Anyways, I'm just very much in the summer mood and I want to share some summer stitching with you later in this video, and like some summer WIPs, some WIPs I want to get back out that are summer themed that I really want to stitch on over the next couple of months. So let's just dive into the cross stitch. Okay, so let's start off this week with an FFO. Look at that. So if you joined me on Friday night, you know that this is Quilter's Cottage by Lori Holt. I don't know if it's a Fat Corner Shop exclusive or not, but you can definitely get this at the Fat Corner Shop. My mom, Sissy, who joins me sometimes on my channel, she's the one who stitched this and I finished it for her. And I finished it into this 8x10 frame I got at Hobby Lobby. It's a nice like deep set frame. It's really pretty. I got it on clearance for $4.99, so you know, can't beat the price. It was a little bit dinged up in some of the corners, so I just took some sandpaper and roughed up all of the edges and corners to make it look intentional and not just like the frame had some dings. So yeah, I will post the link in the description box below to the full video of me framing this piece and showing you kind of step by step what I was doing. But I also did record it from the top down so I can insert a little finishing video for you here. So that was Quilter's Cottage. My mom stitched this on a 32 count silk weaver fabric. I don't know the color. It's a really pretty pink. And she used all of the called for DMC colors. I think it might have been actually have called for Ara floss with a DMC conversion, so she used the DMC conversion. So, good job, Mom. Okay, so next up on the theme of family finishes, my sister Allison finally, I think it only took her 6 months, finished her very first cross stitch project. And look how cute that is. This is a birds of a feather chart that came out of one of it might have been from 2001, Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament magazine. It was from a long time ago, early 2000s. I don't think she brought me the magazine back. I'll have to ask her where the magazine is. But she finished her little ornament. She stitched this on just a plain white 14 count Aida, and I picked out 3 DMC colors for her. I don't think they were the called for. I think I just picked a red, white, and blue. I mean, red, white, and green. Looks like that white might be like ecru or maybe 712. I don't remember, to be honest. Actually, hold on. Oh, let's see. 817 was the red. 987 was the green. And I don't see the little DMC wrapper for the white, but I am guessing it was a 712. So, yeah. So great job, Allison. I have another ornament to add to the finishing pile. I've actually got quite a few things waiting to be finished, which I'll either finish them and show you them that way, or I'll just do a fun segment where I show you everything waiting to be finished. I don't know. I'll get to these eventually, probably closer when I'm in like the Christmas mood. So next up is a big finish that I had this week that I am very, very excited about. You know, I have been so obsessed with the blue flower patterns lately, and I had 2 in progress, and she released 2 more that I really, really want, but I was trying to finish the 2 that I had going. So I finished Wildflowers. Here's a reminder of what the chart looks like. And I spent the first 3 days of this week only stitching on this, and I got it done. And here it is. Oh, I love this one so much. Those borders of flowers were so much fun to stitch. This does take a lot of colors, but it's all DMC, and the combination, like the overall effect of the colors, I mean, it's just a field of wildflowers. It's so gorgeous. I loved stitching this. Loved, loved, loved. And I think I want to frame this. Well, I mean, I know I want to frame this, but I don't really know. I don't really have a frame idea in mind, so I'll probably hang this one up with my other finishes and kind of keep an eye out for something. I think this can be a square frame. I'm pretty sure it's like very, very close to square. So, I don't know, I might even look at like a 12 by 12 and see how much margin, like how much border that would give me, or maybe like a 10 by 10. I don't know. I'll have to measure this one and see, but for now I'm done stitching it and I love it. Just if you also love floral and bright colors, I highly recommend this chart. It's gorgeous. So that's my finish on Wildflowers. Forgot to mention, this is stitched on 40 count Parchment by Weeks Dye Works, and I used all of the called for DMC threads, and I stitched 1/2 on 40 count. If I ever forget to mention the fabric, the floss, or the pattern name, who knows, always check my description box because I'll list the pattern name, fabric name, and floss I'm using for all the projects that I mention. Well, if I stitch them. Sometimes if my mom or my sister stitch them, I don't have all the details. So after that, I got out my other blue flower, I almost called it Wildflowers, blue flower project. And this is the Tudor Bee, which is so stinking cute. I cannot wait to fully finish it. I have, oh, it's on the other side of the room. I have the velveteen and the pom-poms, or not the pom-poms, the chenille. And yeah, I cannot wait to finish this one into the prettiest little pillow. So here is where I'm at with the Tudor Bee. I think I'm about halfway. I basically finished up the whole right side and worked on the center motif and starting the big bee in the center. And I am stitching this with all of the called for NPI silks, and they're lovely and luscious. NPI are non-variegated, they're just one color, they're like DMC. So I imagine the DMC conversion is equally gorgeous, but I just absolutely love stitching with NPI silks. They are just so soft and smooth. So I went ahead and sprung for the NPI on this, and I love it. So there's my progress on Tudor Bee. Oh, and I saw that one of Janine's new releases also uses this 40 count color and cotton fennel seed. This is 40 count color and cotton fennel seed. And so I have a fat eighth of it that I bought for this Tudor Bee, and I'm pretty sure that this half of the fat eighth will fit that new design. So I really need to get that chart. Oh, I'm so excited. Or I could stitch my Tudor swans on this and have matching pillows. That would also be cute. We'll see. Or I'll just call Wendy and ask her if she has any more of this fennel seed. So yeah, I love this. It's deceptively big. It looks like a small, but this is 40 count and it is 100 by 83. So not quite a small, but it's beautiful. Okay, and then I decided I wanted a new start. So I picked up my Happy Birthday America. And this is the kit that I picked up at Inspired Needle when I met up with Laura. And I just really wanted to do some summery patriotic smalls. So I grabbed this one because I have the whole finishing kit, and again, I really want to finish it. I know not everybody out there is like a cross stitch finisher, and like I think a lot of people finish projects and then just like stack them up and are like, eventually, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I'm all about the finished products. Why am I saying that like it's a new thing? I make a lot of finishing videos. So for me, like when I buy like a kit, like with that Tudor Bee, when I bought all the finishing supplies at once, like from Wendy at Tinsmith's Wife, and with this, when I bought the full kit at Inspire Needle, then I'm like, I gotta stitch it because I want to do the finishing. So anyways, I started this, and again, I got about halfway through. I jumped around a lot this week, so I feel like I have a lot to show you, but it's like, well, I had a big finish. Never mind. I'm not gonna chastise myself for jumping around because I had a big finish, and then I just, you know, flitted around and did whatever. Anyways, here is my start on Happy Birthday America. Oh, this is so cute. So it's gonna be a little round finish. I started working on the bird in there and putting the basket in. I did not have all of the called for colors for this, so whatever I had I grabbed, and then which honestly it might have only been this palomino that I had that was called for. I don't know. I think I'm using blue corn for my blue, and I'm using Ruby Slipper, I believe. Is it Ruby Slipper or is it? No, it's redder than that. Oh, Cherry Cobbler. I'm using Cherry Cobbler as my red. And yeah, so So cute. Hopefully I'll finish this little one up soon and can get to the finishing. And I'm using, I mean, the fabric came in the kit. Everything came in the kit except for the floss. So I'm just using, I think it's a beach brew or a winter's brew, and it's a 36 count. And there was even a needle tucked in, which I was like, how exciting. Yes. And I started immediately with that needle, except I feel like it was a size 24, which is so big. And I was like, who is using a size 24 needle on 36 count? A 26, sure, but I usually prefer 28. So anyways, that needle went into my needle book in case I'm ever working on like 10 count or something and need a 24. I was like, this is such a big needle. But maybe they're just like cheaper than 26 or 28. So I don't know. Or maybe Brenda Gervais likes a 24. I don't know. It was huge. It was a huge needle. Okay, so then I moved on to my Labor for Learning sampler. I just absolutely fell in love with the colors of this and the saying. And it is so teeny tiny. This is like almost the same size as my Tudor Bee. It's just a little bit bigger. I don't know why I find that so funny. This is going to be such a cute little small sampler. So here is where I'm at on Labor for Learning. So I finished up my little church or schoolhouse, and I worked all the way down the right side, all the way to the bottom. So that's, you know, it's all the way over to the left, it's all the way down to the bottom, so you can see how cute and little this little sampler is. I started working on the woman's dress. The top half of her and all the little motifs up in this box are all over one. So I haven't started on any of those yet. That is my only beef with Plum Street samplers. I love her designs, love them, but she loves that over one. And I do not. But I'm gonna do it because I love her chart so much. But I do kind of dread the over one. I stitch in hand and I use the sewing method. And I know people say there's a way you can use the sewing method over one. And I've tried some different methods and my stitches just don't look nice unless I do the poke and stab, you know, one cross at a time method. And I've tried tent stitch, but on 36 count tent stitch over one, I just feel like it looks too messy for the way I stitch. So I need to do, you know, both legs of the X for over one. And so it's not that big a deal. It just feels so slow compared to my normal sewing method of stitching that it just like feels like I get bogged down and then I don't want to do the over one. But on this chart, it's not very much. I'm just thinking of the next pattern I'm going to show you where there is a lot of over one. But this is Labor for Learning, and I'm stitching this on a 36 count Seraphim fabric called Nougat that I love. It's just a real pretty gray taupey color, and I'm using all of the called for over dyed threads. I got a lot of really nice comments on my shirt that I was wearing in the last video, and people had asked where it was from, so I thought I would just mention. It was a sweatshirt from Old Navy, which this is also a sweatshirt from Old Navy. Ever since the spring of 2020, when we all started working from home and not leaving our homes, all I bought were sweatshirts, yoga pants, shorts, t-shirts. That's it. My work from home attire has been comfy. So anyways, if you're ever curious about my top, 90% of the time I'm betting it's Old Navy or Target. Because that's where I shop. Anyways, back to the cross stitch. I also worked on the Equality Sampler by Plum Street Samplers. I was missing 2 of the colors of thread, and they came in the mail yesterday. So I pulled this one out for just a few hours and put some stitches into it. And here is where this one's at. So fun. I basically added in, there's some little pink flowers around the vine, and then I added in the flower and the strawberry and stuff below the bird. So I love this one. I'm stitching mine on 36 count Mayflower Mocha by R&R, and I'm using all of the called for DMC and overdyed flosses on the chart. And when I stitch on 36 count fabric, I always stitch one strand over two. That's the look I prefer on 36 count. And so this chart is one I was telling you, there is so much over one. All of the words you see are over one. These girls' upper bodies are all over one. So, and then this whole section, this blue, that's all completely full coverage. So this is going to be a long-term project. But that's fine. I really don't mind having BAPs, as they call them, that go long term. It really doesn't bother me. Sometimes I get the urge to make a lot of progress and I'll stick with something for a week or two, you know, as a focus and get a bunch done. And then I put them aside and I don't come back to them for 6 months. You know, I just go where the wind takes me with cross stitch. Okay, so that was all the cross stitching I did this week. And then I also did a little bit of sewing. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that yesterday I was working on binding my king size quilt. And unfortunately, my mom and my sister are all out of town, so I don't have anyone to come over and help Rob hold up this beast of a quilt, but I'll share a few pictures I took yesterday, and then hopefully next week, or the next time my mom wants to come over and film, which next week, Mom? I don't know. Then I can have, you know, 2 people help hold up the big quilt to give you guys a big view of it. But for now, I got it all bound and washed and dried last night, made the bed with fresh sheets and the quilt, and then we snuggled down into it, and it was great. And then I would have brought it in here, but Rob's still under that quilt currently. So I didn't want to take it from him. But I'll put up pictures, and hopefully sometime soon, I'll share with you, you know, a big full shot of it, and maybe I'll take some pictures of it on my bed. Oh, my nose. The more I talk, the more stuffed up I get. Quick nose blowing break, although I can already feel it. You know what? I'm just gonna pretend that my voice sounds normal. Okay, so other than my king size quilt and getting that all bound and finished, I also have been working on some secret sewing for a baby present. So I mentioned a while back that both my sister and one of my very best friends from work are both pregnant, and so I had some baby quilts to make. And so I haven't wanted to share progress on this channel because they both watch. So KP's baby shower is actually today, and I don't have her quilt done, but I know she'll forgive me. I just grabbed something off the registry for today, and then hopefully I'll have the quilt done in a few weeks and I can share it with you guys here, and then, you know, gift it to her. And yeah, so I have been doing a little bit of secret sewing for that, and I have been working on planning out my sister's baby quilt this week, which I'm very excited about. So eventually I'll have a couple of little baby quilts to show you, but I've been having to kind of keep those off camera for now. Okay, so now I want to go into a little, I don't know, mini WIP parade of the summer projects that I have as WIPs that I want to get back to. So look at all these fun project bags. I'll show you the project bags as I open these up. These are all coming straight out of the bag, not ironed, so apologies for that in advance. But anyways, let's take a look at all these summer projects that I'm hoping to stitch on over the next couple of months. Okay, so this one is in a bag that I made in the style of my project bag tutorial that's all fabric. Just used red and white stripes and this blue star fabric that is one of my absolute favorites. It is unfortunately a sold out, or out of print. Yeah, out of print. Cotton and steel fabric. It was from like the SS Bluebird line they had, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. It was a while ago. So the chart in here is Land That I Love. And in my head, I just classify patriotic stitching as summer stitching because that's just what it feels like to me, you know, Memorial Day to Labor Day with July 4th. So, Land That I Love. And let's see where I was on this one. Oh, gosh. And see, and the reason I like doing this and showing you guys old WIPs is it really does like re-inspire me to get these out and work on them because I made a lot of progress on this. So yeah, that's Land That I Love. I was stitching this on a 36 count Limestone Zweigart that I overdyed to make it resemble a little bit more of the tin roof color from the photo on the chart. And I'm using all of her called for colors. So yeah, I need to get back to this one soon. I have been thinking about this one a lot lately, like really wanting to get it back out, but there are just so many projects that I was like working on, like Wildflowers and Oh Joyous Day, that I really, really wanted to get done, but I'm going to get back to this one sometime soon. Okay, next up, in one of the very first vinyl bags I made that has no interfacing, so it's all flopsy. But look, I love this. This is a Rifle Paper Company fabric. Oh, I love it. So it's okay. I'll still work with a flopsy bag. And in this bag, I have my Little House Needleworks Early American series. And so you guys last saw this during March Madness because this was one of my March Madness projects. And so here is where it's at. I've got 3 of the blocks fully completed. Martha Washington, Paul Revere, and Molly Pitcher. And then I was working on that center freedom block during March Madness. So, yeah, getting there. There's 9 blocks total. And obviously I was doing it as one big piece. This linen is a 36 count hand dyed from somebody, but I don't know who. I wasn't keeping very good track when I started this. This is one of my older WIPs. So, and then I am using all of the called for overdyes that are all messy. I didn't make any color changes. I know there's a lot of really cool conversions and border add-ons and all kinds of things that people do on this one, but I'm just stitching it just as called for. Okay, next up in a little bit of a smaller vinyl bag that I made where I did the actual binding rather than folding over from the back. But look how cute! Oh, it's just like so fun to make these bags. That's why I have so many. Anyways, and I love a good contrast zipper. Okay, so this one, again, I don't know why I consider this summer, except that it's desert, and it's always summer in the desert. I don't know. But I really want to get back to this one as well. This is Little House Needleworks Tumbleweeds division, and this one is called Old West Dry Goods, and I just love it. I have a thing for cacti. I have a thing for saying cactuses, apparently. And I really want to stitch, or I really want to finish this and frame it. So I think, did I get this one out for March Madness as well? I think I might have. I can't remember now. So here is where it's at. I'm stitching this one on 32 count vintage pearled barley with all of the called for colors. And then in this bag, oh, this matches my ironing board cover, which you guys have seen a million times, and you know how much I love this fabric. This is also a Ruby Star Society / Cotton and Steel Fabric by Kim Kite. It's great. Okay, so this project is from the Sewing Club book by Blackbird Designs, and it is the Bit of Summer drum. Although, to be honest, I don't know if I'll finish it as a drum. It might just get finished as like a long pillow. We'll see. And here is my start on Bit of Summer. Oh, it's so cute. I'm stitching it on the called for 36 count Sanguine with all of the called for flosses, and it's just gorgeous. And I definitely need to pull this one back out soon. I love this. And I just want to eventually stitch everything in the Sewing Club book, and I've only stitched one thing so far, so I gotta get cracking. This is what I stitched. You may remember from a few months ago. Okay, and then my last summery WIP that is calling my name is in this cute little vinyl front bag. This is where I was practicing folding over to the front for the binding. I have so many different versions of project bags because I try so many different ways to make them to find my favorite way. So, but I mean, they all work because obviously I'm using them all, but you know. Okay, so this project is Stacy Nash Primitives Tribute to Summer Sampler. And this border of flowers is very similar to a new release that she had. This one is from 2011, but I can't remember the name of it, but she had a new release this year close to Expo that had similar big flowers around the border. And that's just what drew me into this chart. And so here is where I'm at on this one. So I feel like, yeah, I've made it all the way to the bottom. It's not a huge design. So, I mean, this is 40 count, but this is the top, and this is right here where the bottom border like turns. So, yeah, it's gorgeous. I'm stitching this on 40 count Cocoa from Weeks Dye Works, and I'm using all of the called for floss. Okay, so those are what I want to get back to, but I also have two new things that I'm really itching to start. I didn't bring them over here, but I've showed them to you before. One of them is the What Remains is Love Blackbird Designs exclusive from Traditional Stitches. I bought that kitted up from them a few months ago, and it's just been sitting on my shelves waiting. So I have that one that I really want to start. I thought about starting it this weekend for the BBD weekend sale, but I didn't really have time for a new start this weekend. And then, I don't know, maybe this evening? No, shh, no. And then I also really want to start the Summer Jubilee from Souvenirs of Summer book. I showed you that in my last video that I kitted it up at Inspired Needle while I was there. And I have the fabric, the floss, I'm ready. And I think that might be my birthday start next week. So my birthday is on Friday, and I took it off from work, and I don't know, Rob and I are going to do something. We're going to drive into the hill country somewhere and go get barbecue, you know, something fun like that. And I want a new cross stitch start. So I think it's going to be that Summer Jubilee. Yeah, I keep clapping. Why am I clapping? Anyway, so what I'm saying is I have a lot of stuff I want to do. I want to get back to all of these. But is it going to happen? I don't know. We'll find out. You know, I was talking to Laura, my new best friend Laura. Just kidding. Laura, don't watch this and be creeped out. But I was talking to Laura at Inspired Needle, and I was talking to her about sometimes I feel guilty because I start a new project and I show it to you guys and you all love it, and then maybe I don't work on it for a while. You know, I work on it for a couple of weeks and I put it down and it doesn't come back out for a while. And she was like, do not worry about what everyone else thinks. Just stitch what you like when you like it. And I'm like, yes, I know that, like, I know that, but it's sometimes hard because I'm a people pleaser and I like to get on here and show you guys stuff that you want to see, right? But like, it also has to be stuff I want to work on. And so that's why it just doesn't bother me to have a lot of projects going on. I just move around, and sometimes I get in the mood for a finish and I grab something semi close to a finish and I just finish it because I'm like, I want to get to the finishing of something, right? But sometimes it's just, what do I want to work on? And then the next day it changes and I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling this. It's for whatever reason, you know, and then I just move on. But anyways, what I'm saying is I'm just trying to be a little more free and not worry so much about, you know, if I stitch on one thing all week or I stitch on 6, you know, I'm still going to come on here and show you guys what I did and talk about what I'm excited about and what I'm looking forward to and what I got in the mail, and, you know, it's all good. Some days, some weeks, I'll be more exciting than others. Anyways, thank you for attending my ramble. Let's move on to haul. Okay, so I got a few things in the mail. I had ordered the binding fabric for my king size quilt from Fat Quarter Shop, and a half yard of fabric cannot travel alone. So I also ordered some Lori Holt fabrics, some flea market fabrics, which I have the whole Fat Quarter bundle of flea market sitting right there. Well, not whole because I've used pieces of it, but I wanted some half yards because, okay, so you know how if you have Instagram, they give you these ads and sometimes they're like way too eerily accurate, right? Like it's just like, how did they even know that, yes, that is something I would want? And one of the things that keeps getting advertised to me on Instagram is Etsy ads for project bags made out of Lori Holt flea market fabric. And I'm like, yes, I love these. But you know, I like to make my own bags. So I went on Fat Quarter Shop and I bought the cheater print from Flea Market, which I've seen so many cute project bags made out of. So I was like, yeah, I gotta make myself a project bag using this cheater print. So I got this, and then I couldn't decide what my accent fabric would be. So I bought 3 options. I bought the red and pink floral, a pink and white floral, and some blue dots. So one of these will get paired up with the cheater print, which I can already tell I'm probably going to use the red. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll show you guys. I'm sure I'll make a bag sometime this week because I really want my very own Lori Holt flea market bag after seeing them advertised to me so many times on Instagram. Okay, so that was fabric haul. And then I also ordered her spelling bee book. So I have her Christmas, Vintage Christmas, and then Farm Girl 1 and 2 books. Yeah, but I had not ever bought the spelling bee book, and I was looking around online and I just love the picture blocks included. And actually I think it might have been because of her video where she was showing just like all of the finished projects, like all the little word banners. And I mean, there's just so much cuteness in this book, to be honest. So I bought it, and I don't think my sister watches this late into the videos, so hopefully I'm not spoiling, but I am gonna make one of the quilts out of this book for her new baby. I won't show you just in case she does watch, but yeah, so I'm putting this to use right away. Okay, so giveaway winners. I had offered up the Doberman fabric that was generously gifted to me by Fabric Flair, and I just went to pick a winner and the keyword was Doberman, and I hit, you know, start random draw, and the name that came up was Fabric Flair. The screenshot. So I decided to pick a different winner. I hope you don't mind, Fabric Flair, but I think you guys probably have your own piece of this. I just thought that was funny. Anyways, so the winner of the Doberman linen from Fabric Flair is Sally Ann Cole. So Sally, I'll put your name up here. Get in touch with me via email and send me your address, and I will send you your fabric. And then the next giveaway was for the Christmas list, and with all of the leftover DMC that my mom did not use. Oh, and actually I had a lot of requests to show that. Hold on. So my mom had shown this off on one of the videos she was on, but I'll show it to you now. I just haven't finished it into anything yet for her. But here is her version of my Christmas list. Oh, it's so gorgeous. So she stitched this on, I think it's a 16 count Aida. And just by the feel and the modeling, it feels like a Picture This Plus Aida. It's a super soft Aida. I love this. So yeah, that's what she stitched on. And she used all the called for DMC colors. And it turned out so stinking cute. So I'm going to finish this into some type of little wall hanging, similar to my Lizzie Kate Christmas Rules finish. Okay, but the more important part, the winner. So the winner of Christmas list with the floss is Heidi Lenig. I'll put your name on the screen in case I'm mispronouncing that. But Heidi, go ahead and email me and give me your address and I'll get this sent over. Oh, and also I did not hear from one of my winners last week, Barb Collins. I forget which chart you won, but Barb, go back to the last video and watch the giveaway announcement and send me an email. If I don't hear from you before my next video, then I'll draw a new winner in my next video. All right, well, I think that's all I have to share with you this week. I have talked way more than I thought I would. I need to leave for a baby shower in a couple of hours, so fingers crossed for quick editing and quick upload onto YouTube. So I can get you guys this video. Yeah, so anyways, I hope everybody is having a great weekend, and why did I forget how to say goodbye? See you guys next week. Bye.